123.42. Sees the impossible. The control rod and fuel channel caps, which each weigh 350 kilograms, are jumping up and down. He runs to warn the control room, but there's nothing he can do to stop what is coming. 1:23:44. Steam blows more fuel channels apart. We do not know how high the power went. We only know the final read. Reactor 4, designed to operate at 3,200 megawatts, went beyond 33,000.
Jesus.
At long last we have arrived. 1:23:45. Explosion. In the instant the lid is thrown off the reactor, oxygen rushes in. It combines with hydrogen and superheated graphite. No one in the room that night knew the shutdown button could act as a detonator. They didn't know it because it was kept from them.
You're contradicting your own testimony in Vienna.
Testimony in Vienna was a lie. I lied to the world. Right now there are 16 reactors in the Soviet Union with the same fatal flaw. 3 of them are still running, less than 20 kilometers away at Chernobyl. I've already trod on dangerous ground. We're on dangerous ground right now because of our secrets and our lies. They're practically what define us. We lie and lie until we can no longer remember it is even there, but it is still there. Every lie we tell incurs a debt to the truth. Sooner or later, that debt is paid.
This kind of explains his first quote. What is the cost of lies?
Lies?
I think it's good that he told the truth, I guess. But damn. Great. Just great.
You were the Communist Party secretary. In that position, you limited the promotion of Jewish scientists to curry favor with Kremlin officials.
Huh.
You're not brave. You're not heroic. You're just a dying man who forgot himself.
When the bullet hits your skull, what will it matter? Why?
The whole world saw you in the air. It would be embarrassing to kill you now. And for what? Your testimony today will not be accepted by the state. It will not be
Yeah, of course.
It never happened. You will live, however long you have. But not as a scientist. Not anymore. No duties, no authority, no friends. No one will listen to you. Other men, lesser men, will receive credit for the things you have done. Your legacy is now their legacy. You will live long enough to see that.
Fuck them!
After all you've said and done today, it would be curious if you chose this moment to lie.
If this is how you treat people who tell the truth,
You will not meet or communicate with either one of them ever again. You will not communicate with anyone about Chernobyl ever again.
oh, that's why he made the tapes.
You will remain. It will be exceedingly hard to know that you ever lived at all.
And now they made a show about him. Take that.
If I refuse,
Why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
that's perfect. They should put that on our money.
I really saw them as the 3 musketeers. They were really those 3 heroes of the show. Well, there are a lot of heroes in the show, but they're just the main characters, so that's why I saw them like that. It's just sad.
To be a scientist is to be naive. We are so focused on our search for truth, we fail to consider how few actually want us to find it. But it is always there, whether we see it or not. This, at last, is the gift of Chernobyl. Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies?
Oh my god, are we going to see real things now? Holy shit. Yeah, that's what we saw in the beginning. It's so sad that you have to kill yourself before something actually happens, but yeah, that's in a lot of situations. Oh, this is so cool to see. Unbelievable. Oh, okay, so she wasn't real. Okay. Also didn't live long. Yeah, they deserve that. Yeah. I already wondered how we got off so good. Oh, that's so creepy. Oh my god, yeah, I thought so. I was just thinking about that. See, I told you, they survived. I read that. Yeah, 2 of them are still alive. But they never returned. Yeah, I thought so. Heavy. Fuck. Yeah, I think seeing all those real things in the end was really the heaviest. Because this entire show you just know this really happened and that so many people died, but then to actually, yeah, see the reality. Wow. Really glad they did that though, because of course there are still like a lot of unanswered questions after that, like what happened to everyone. Even though of course they started with the suicide. We knew that. But to know that after his suicide actually things started to happen and people started to acknowledge it. And like I said, it's just so messed up that he has to kill himself before anything actually starts to happen. It was also really interesting that they used the, I'm sorry, I'm really bad with the Russian names. I just constantly forget them. When I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, that's that person. But the female character, that she was actually not a real person, but that she was just representing all the people who were behind the main character. Now I need to look it up really fast, because this feels kind of disrespectful to not even know his name, even though he did so much. Yeah, Legasov. That was his name. I mean, I think they did that well. Of course, it's hard to like show all those thousands of people who supported him. So I think they did that well, putting them into one character, because those people wanted him to tell the truth. I believe that's how they explain it. They stood behind him, and that's really what she did as well. So it was, I think they made a good choice in that to represent these people through this, well, made up character. I kept thinking about the scene in the hotel where Legasov told Boris, was that Boris? Boris is Stalin's Skarsgård, yeah. Where he told Boris that, well, we're staying here, but we're dead in 5 years. And the moment he said it in the show, that hit me. I was like, oh fuck, that's damn. And then in the end to find out that he indeed died after 4 years and 4 months. Yeah. But like I said, I just loved his development through the show, but I think that's also sort of how it went in real life then. How he just at first didn't think it was that bad, but that was basically with everyone. I mean, what this show is really showing us is they're telling us how people really underestimated it back then, and that at first no one thought it was that bad, and people just didn't want to listen to the truth. And now in the end, it caused so much damage. So it opened a lot of eyes, I think. Boris, in the end, when they were sitting on that bench and he was like, I did it all for nothing. I was like, dude, you did so much for these people. Yeah, the two main characters, well, I want to say 3, but now that I know that the woman is actually not a real life person. But like the two main characters, Boris and Valerie, yeah, I just see them as such big heroes. Just risking their lives like that. But beside them, there are so many people who risk their lives for this cause, and who, the firefighters, the miners, the divers, so many people, the people who went to the roof. So many sacrifices have been made, and even though I don't care how heavy this show is, I honestly think that everyone should just at least have seen this once. Because I mean, you can watch a documentary and you can feel bad for those people. And now I really want to watch documentaries. I'm just so invested in this subject right now. I want to know everything about it. But when you watch a documentary, okay, you feel bad for the characters. But watching a TV show, making it into fiction, it makes sure you live with these characters. And you feel their pain, you feel what they're going through. And they did that so well in this show. And it's so good. I mean, mostly HBO shows are really, really good. But yeah, they surprised me once again, and yeah, it's so good. Yeah. When also that thing with the Bridge of Death, they call it the Bridge of Death. I also felt that one, you know. That was just, I mean, the moment those people were standing there and they made those close-up shots about the ash going into their hair and falling on the ground, like snow actually. And you just knew these people, they weren't gonna be okay. And then in the end to see that all those people died. And to think that they actually asked the other woman to go with them. And she didn't. But actually the only reason she survived was because her child absorbed the radiation and stuff. So that's also messed up. But she's still alive and has a son now. So look at her. She didn't go to the bridge. Maybe it was still not very smart idea to hug your husband like that. But she was also in the area, so who knows, maybe she already, yeah, maybe she was already affected by it, so. Yeah, that's also a heavy thing, that bridge of death thing. And I'm sure there are so many other things I still want to say, because it's just such a heavy subject, and sometimes I had trouble watching it. Well, not really trouble, but I mean, especially the 4th episode, I have a feeling like the first 4 episodes, they were constantly building up towards the heavier stuff, and it got heavier every episode. And then in the last episode we had well, the courtroom, and that's where everything was also kind of explained, like how did it happen now. And to me, a lot of things got also made clear, because like I said, I'm not a nuclear scientist, I have no idea how these things work, but they explained it well, and I think that was also the purpose of that scene. Well, also to show what happened, and that he was eventually going to tell the truth. But that made me understand it so much better, and yeah, I kind of feel like I know what happened there right now. And yeah, it's just so beautifully done. Also, to end with Valerie's quote, "What is the cost of lies?" When he said that, oh, I mean, they started the show with that. That was literally the first sentence, and they end with it too, and it just makes me so fucking excited as a filmmaker, and also as a TV show lover. It's just, that was so well thought through, and it's such an iconic quote actually. And at first you didn't understand it. I was like, doesn't he mean what's the cost of lives? Because so many lives have been sacrificed. But now that I've seen the 5th episode, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. Everyone was lying, and that's why this happened, and that's why this all went down. And it's so, also so creepy to me that place is just totally abandoned. Yeah, it still seems so unbelievable to me, but I'm so glad I watched this show. And yeah, I'm really glad you were there to watch it with me. And thank you for the recommendations, because well, a few people recommended this to me when I was doing an Instagram poll to ask which show should I react to next. At first I was like, okay, I'm not sure if I'll like that, even though a friend of mine already said 2 years ago when it came out, oh, you should really watch that, but I just never thought about it again. And then you guys recommended it to me, and at first I was like, I don't know, and then I saw it was only 5 episodes, and then I saw that was rated a 9.4, and now I'm just so glad I watched it. I think it's just a really important part of history you should also know. And also, like I said during the show, when that guy was telling Legasov that he was going to be forgotten and that no one will ever recognize him for his work, and I was like, and now they made a TV show about him. Yeah, that's just legendary. That's really legendary. I mean, after his suicide, of course, they acknowledged him and his work more. And they, yeah. And now there's a TV show about it. Okay. This was a heavy one, guys, but thanks for recommending it. I'm not sure which show I'm going to do next, but maybe I also kind of already know it, but I'm not going to tell it. If you want to see this reaction uncut, make also sure to check out my Patreon. And then these were my reactions to this. Let me know what you thought of it, and let me know how you felt after watching the show, because I know it's been out for 2 years, and I also saw a lot of people commenting like, oh shit, I thought I was over this show and now you're reacting to it 2 years later. So I know I'm a little late to the party, but yeah, let me know how you felt about the show and how you felt after watching it. And I already read some comments of you guys, and it's really interesting to see what some of you have to say. So yeah, just comment, give me comments. I like reading them. Yeah, and then that was my reaction. Did you like it? Leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, I hope to see you at other videos. Bye!